Hey everyone, before you watch any further, I just want to point out that in a super rare occurrence, this video, I was in the middle of recording it and I got a blue screen. It's super scary. So I was able to salvage what I was reacting to, which is the first half of the first song. So I'll keep that in there and then just kind of like morph it and edit it. But I'm going to rehear it again because it was like stolen from me. And then I'll just listen to the second song as well, which I haven't heard yet. So kind of awkward, but now let's start with the original reaction before I got nuked. What's up everyone, my name is Jesse, this is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today's the return of Lost Odyssey, the Xbox exclusive JRPG that eludes me. I want to play this one day. Composed by Nobuo Uematsu. We're listening to the main theme today, which is exciting. From the channel Synopsidai, and then Eclipse of Time vocal version from the same channel. That one is 7 minutes. I'm gonna take a random guess here that these are both the beginning and end of the game, so we'll see. Requested by the Good 2 and Pookster Prime. I'm gonna not talk too much because I like this soundtrack and I'm really intrigued by this game. I want to play it someday. I plan on it someday. Just finally have a reason to buy an Xbox because I never cared for one. But this is Lost Odyssey, the main theme. I recognize that motif. Okay. So it stems from the main theme, okay. I recall correctly, this was it the world map theme? Oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad it exists like this. Oh man, that's so good. That's so good. I listen to that song all the time. I forgot his name though. It's one of the few Lost Odyssey reactions I did. Okay, so it's the main theme of the game. Ooh, interesting. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I reacted to one of these songs, and it has this motif right here with like a flute. So it's nice hearing it like orchestral, and I've also always been a fan of like military style drums, snares. So this is like perfect. Nobuo Uematsu is so good at earworms. My gosh. Oh my gosh, dude, come on. This is so good. And then it goes back into that. Wow, it's so good. It's so good. Ooh. I'm scared to touch anything now. That was. Um, Let me just quickly just explain what happened. So, well, I mean, it was just recording as usual, and then like halfway, like when her vocals kicked in, the screen just went blue, and I'm like, oh no, you know. Luckily, through one of my playthroughs last year, someone helped me tremendously by telling me how to recoup unfinished MP4s, and I can't believe it works. It seems like crazy magic, but basically, files need to they need to end. The MP4 needs to end for it to render and everything. But it's so crazy how it's used. I don't even know how it works. I think it's called like untrunking or something, where you take like a reference video. So I put one of like my old videos that has nothing to do with this one, and then like the corrupted file, and then it just works somehow. I have no idea. Anyways, so what you saw was my original initial reaction, and then up until right at the edit, that's all organic as well. So that's right now. That's never happened in a video before, and now I'm like kind of freaked out because blue screens are frightening, and I need to figure out what caused it. But anyways, this was such a strong entry that that didn't even matter to me. Like, I was so excited, even though I was like kind of panicking while all that was happening. I wanted to get back into it so bad because the song was so good. It was like, oh, this is kind of the makings of greatness to me. I really, really love this kind of stuff. And I was just watching, like, not too long ago, the movie Once Upon a Time in the West from Sergio Leone and, of course, Ennio Morricone. And the main theme of that has a very similar vibe to this with the singer. And I've stated before that Lost Odyssey kind of reminds me of Ennio Morricone a little bit. Combine that with Nobuo Uematsu's like craftsmanship, and I know of the Never-Ending Journey. I was just like, wow. And if anything, it's something for the books. Like, Figures, one of the best songs I've heard on the channel, would be like Disrupted. And you want to know something even crazier? Just a couple days ago, this requester asked me if anything's ever happened to one of my videos. Weird. So, disregarding all that, that was fantastic. That was really, really cool. That'll come in handy when I talk about main themes someday. But that was just really, really good. Everything about that I adored. The fact that that's the main theme. Now I can look forward to more songs from this game. And another fun fact that I was going to share before all that happened and I forgot. Just the other day, I was like waiting for like a doctor's appointment, and there was like this game store next door. So I just walked in, just gonna browse for a couple minutes, and I asked if they had Lost Odyssey. And I don't even own an Xbox. I just wanted to like this is the kind of game that I would like to just have, just to eventually look at it long enough to be like, okay, I need to play it. So I feel like I'm really going to enjoy this whenever it happens. It's not a super priority right now, but everything I've heard and seen and felt with this game has been substantial. So that's the main theme. All right. Now I'm scared to click anything now, but this is Eclipse of Time vocal version. Now, I have no context on these, but the length of that kind of tells me something. And there's a kind of an ongoing pattern with my requests lately. So let's see. Let's just hope everything works. This is Lost Odyssey, Eclipse of Time, vocal version.
Sun and moon, day and night, darkness and the light, comes and goes all so fast, nothing ever lasts. It seems I'm living in a place forgotten now by time and space, so I'm left alone. You and I, hand in hand, we have just begun.
I feel like I've heard this melody before, but like with an instrument.
Somehow I'm holding back what I feel for you.
It had to have been another Lost Odyssey song. I can't remember though, but I feel like I've heard that.
I'm always living with my fears.
And now that I've heard the main theme and Never Ending Journey art thing, then
Time is swiftly drawing near. I'll be left alone.
also try not to spoil what's happening here, unless it's something minor.
Our moments pass on by.
I know nothing of this game.
Then people pass on by, and love keeps drifting away. It all keeps drifting away. One day I'll be there, someday I'll be there. End of this long and lonely road. There is a place where
My guess is credits.
tenderness calls the solitude of friends.
I don't know who the singer is, it doesn't say.
No one is with me, nothing is with me. All that remains are memories. There is a place where coldness and warmth are woven in.
The soundtrack is incredible. Seriously. This is better than a lot of its Final Fantasy stuff. I have no issue saying that. It seems like he went out of his way to make it better than Final Fantasy. He spread his wings here. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me look up something.
Do I love? Do I hate? So I hesitate. When I know what I feel, I may be too late.
Okay.
It seems I'm living in a world
I have a theory.
where joy and sadness have no shape. They are both the same. The sky is passing by. The clouds are passing by. The rain keeps falling on me. It all keeps falling away. One day I'll find it, someday I'll find it within the vast and endless world. There is a place where tenderness calls the solitude of friends.
It kind of
No one is with me, nothing is with
There's moments where it sounds like Melodies of Life from FF9 a little bit. A little bit.
There is a place where coldness and warmth are woven.
I feel like I've heard.
into one.
I've had to have heard this motif somewhere.
Our moments pass on by.
Or it's just so good that it sounds familiar, you know?
Then people pass on by, and love keeps drifting away.
So this song exists instrumental,
It
apparently.
all keeps drifting away. One day I'll be there, someday I'll be there. End of this long and lonely road. There is a place where tenderness calls, the solitude of friend. No one is with me, nothing is with me. All that remains are memories. There is a place where coldness and warmth are woven into one.
Woven into one. That's beautiful. Oh man, every time I hear this game, I want to play it like immediately. I'm going to take a wild guess that this is a submission for the credits video. I don't know that, but based on the length, I'm going to guess it is. And it just so happens to be paired with the main theme, you know? So, well, let me know. You can tell me that, if that's the case, but I don't want to really know anything else. Actually, I'm kind of curious if there is a instrumental version, because this one says vocal version on it. So, first and foremost, I want to say, like, I feel like I've heard that. Not that. I haven't heard the song, but I've definitely heard the dun 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 do 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 do. It sounds like something, and I can't put my finger on it. I don't know if it was from this game or for just another song. But speaking of other songs, I think it was kind of fitting that there was times where it sounded like Melodies of Life from FF9, which is a credits theme as well. Kind of a similar vibe, and yeah, and that's a really good song as well. It's like one of the catchiest songs in Final Fantasy history. But speaking of Final Fantasy, I feel like I have to talk about it because that's what he's known for, and that's like his bread and butter. But what I find fascinating about this, I don't know if I've mentioned this before in other previous Lost Odyssey videos, but it definitely sounds like he went out of his way to make it not necessarily not sound like Final Fantasy, but to give just as much effort, if not more, in this. The songs from Lost Odyssey are really good and they're really catchy and they have their own vibe to them. But then I was thinking, I'm like, well, it kind of makes sense artistically because he'd been doing Final Fantasy and other stuff too, like Chrono Trigger or whatever, for throughout the 90s. And I don't know my exact timeline, so just kind of work with me here. But then, you know, Final Fantasy X came around, and that started to be that no longer was his sole project. That was collaborative, and that was like, let's just say 2000s. I want to say like for a good couple of years he didn't have his own solo project. He definitely dabbled in FF11. I don't know about 12, maybe 13. But yeah, I don't know actually. But I know of this game and Blue Dragon. I'm not sure which one came first. But either way, in my head, what I'm thinking happened is like from basically like for the like 6 years of the early 2000s, he didn't really have a solo project as far as I know. So he went hard when these came out, because that's 6 years. It's a lot of time for, you know, to fill up the tank, to gather yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that the later Final Fantasies had like a burnout sound. Far from it, actually. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like at his peak, and then from what it sounds like, a good 6 or 7 year break before either Blue Dragon or this one, and they both sound fantastic. Although I prefer Lost Odyssey. I haven't heard much of Blue Dragon, but it's still pretty cool. If I think back a little. It's like kind of like a hard rock thing, but it could be. I haven't heard much from it. Lost Odyssey, though, seriously, from the moment I heard it, I was like, wow. Lost Odyssey was one of the first games on the channel where I even had the thought of, ooh, like maybe I should play this. This was like back in, I don't know, 2021, early 2022. So, you know, I can make it happen. It just have to, I just have other games I want to play, but you know, it just sucks that it's you know, I need an Xbox basically, whether it's backwards compatible or 360. So, and truth be told, I've never had a desire to buy an Xbox. I've never wanted one. The exclusives were never like, I was just never interested in Xbox basically whatsoever. And it's kind of a shame that this was tucked away there, because every time I've heard someone talk about this game, they praised it, and I could see why. Those were both fantastic. That's all I really got though, and this video almost didn't make it, but I salvaged it, and I can even notice right now like it's a little out of sync, but it's okay. I'm just glad that I was able to keep that initial reaction basically. That was great. Both of them were fantastic. Let me know if you play this game, and try not to spoil too much. It is in my backlog. I don't know when I'm going to play it though. That is Lost Odyssey. Thank you, Good2 and Pookster Prime. Thanks to everyone you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. Thanks to VTech for showing me about that software that saved my ass. And thanks to you for watching. My name is Jesse in the auditorium later.